Welcome to this Age of Empires forecasted game, and today we've got demuslim playing in the north corner of the map in orange as the Holy Roman Empire, and his opponent today will be Thor. We've seen a couple of games between these two players already, and this is the third game on the series so far, so there's plenty of content there. Watching the new civilisations. We don't have the new civilisations in this particular matchup, but it will be on the new preview update for what's coming up in Season 3 with the balance changes, the docks and everything. But we've got his opponent Thor here playing in the south in yellow as the Mongols on Boulder Bay, one of the new kind of reworked maps. We had Boulder Bay right from the beginning of the game release, but of course it wasn't the most fun game, or fun map to play rather. Things have changed, and we feel like the bay is actually a lot shorter, a bit more of a walking distance and place you can attack from on the land. And of course with the naval rework that's happened, things are all completely different. Holy Roman Empire versus the Mongols, interesting matchup. The Holy Roman Empire of course getting those villages inspired by the prelate, working 40% faster, gathering resources 40% faster. It means that they can translate that into fishing ships nicely and earlier, I suspect. The Mongols not being able to dock just yet. Mongols kind of struggling on the recent patches, and it'll be interesting to see how they do on water. We don't see the Mongols picked on hybrid maps all that often, for good reason. They don't have a huge amounts of eco bonuses. We'll see how Thor decides to play this one. Oh, that was very close there for demuslim manages to get out there with 6 HP. Now what I want you guys to let me know is what you think, or who you think Thor actually is. I suspect, I'm very sure in fact, that it will be another Age of Empires 4 pro player in terms of the skill level, like as in the top level players, and it will be one of the most likely players that have qualified for Red Bull World Legacy. The reason why I say that is because, well, I'd rather not spoil things, but we saw the quality of Thor in the previous games, and to be able to go toe to toe with a player like demuslim, you're definitely going to have to be a top draw player. You see demuslim picking up some sheep there, may not necessarily be dependent on that, of course, now that he does have some fishing ships coming out, and will be working out there nice and early. And do you know what? I'm going to say it. These are fishing ships. I know when I say fishing ships really quick, when I say fishing ships really quickly, it tends to come out as fishing ships. And I know you guys have commented on it. I know you picked up on it. Well, you know what? To hell with it. I'm going to embrace it. And the fishing ships are now out for demuslim. Just one so far. Plenty more will be coming out. And speaking of which, how many of you guys actually like fishing ships? Being an Englishman myself, I can't say I don't like it. It can be a nice on a warm, it can be a nice warm meal on a winter's day, and a cold winter's day. It is obviously very oily being fried, but it is what it is. 2 spearmen heading forward from the Mongols. Could it be an outpost rush? I suspect it will be. Wait, hang on a minute. Did we see a villager coming forward? Nope, no, just a spear so far in the car. Now the thing about the outposts is they have been nerfed. The lower HP, 750 HP rather than the usual 1000. And the build time has increased as well, which is not really ideal for outpost rushing. It's quite difficult, but he's actually going to go for the dock. It makes sense to try and put some pressure here. Now what's really super interesting actually is if you guys have been playing Age of Empires 2 or come from that scene, on hybrid maps there is kind of a couple of strategies you can do. You can do what demuslim is doing now by going for an early fish boom and try and keep that as alive for as long as you can to really translate into economy. Or you can do what Thor is doing, try and put early pressure on the dock. And there's a third approach as well, where you go for a predominantly land build to start off with, and then you go for a very quick feudal age into military on the waters. And then try and push your opponent off the waters. Then you get map control on the water, and then you can have your fish boom, you can have your cake and eat it, you can have your fish and chips and eat it. Whatever tickles your fancy. And to be honest with you, fish and chips does kind of make sense when you talk about fish on the waters there. I wonder what kind of fish we're dealing with. In any case, the dock will be going down pretty soon actually. A lot of spearmen out on the field. And the dock going down. That's actually pretty big here. The Mongols, actually really nice play here by Thor. Do you know what? We don't know who this player is, but I have my suspicions. It could be the Mister. Now obviously they're keeping things private and anonymous. There's no real way of us knowing ever. But we can have our little suspicions. I really do feel, this is kind of a nice play here being put out here. It just smells of Mister. Greek god, Greek player, you never know. In any case, let me know who you think it is in the chat on the playstyles. We've seen a couple of games from them so far. This is game number 3 I'm casting, so let me know who you think it is. Of course, we'll never really know. Khan is getting involved, trying to torch down that dock, but the trouble is that demuslim has kept this dock alive for now. At least it's not been taken down, and it means that his fishing economy, his fishing chips is heating up. He's getting a lot of food. And there's no real sight for feudal age for Thor just yet. He's investing a lot of food, of course, into the spearmen. And so is demuslim, though, turning it into a Dark Age fight. Not often we see Dark Age fights here, but Boulder Bay bringing it to us here. And a forward dock. Thor going super aggressive. And, I mean, could it even be someone like Kasva with this kind of amount of aggression? But I still have my money. If I was a betting man, I'm not a betting man, but if I was, it would have to be Mr. Oh, looks like this dock might be torched down by demuslim. I was going to try to at least. And don't forget that buildings, when they're not actually built, they do take increased damage from torches. A couple of spearmen engaged, 2 versus about 4 or 5, and that's not a fight that Thor will want to take. He backs off, splitting up his army, heading towards the... Oh, he kills the prelate. That's actually pretty big. He actually kills the prelate. That's pretty important. The villager getting involved in the fight here. 3 spearmen left there. Spearmen for Thor. Starting to thin out, though. demuslim holding on well. Trying to focus on the Khan. The Khan gets taken down. That's not ideal for Thor. The dock gets deleted. Villager goes down. Quite a lot of investment there in terms of villager idle time and building time there. Wouldn't have got the full resources back either. Does have another dock though. Just engagement here. demuslim doubling down. He's pushing back with a better economy. And it makes sense. You get the feeling that the Holy Roman Empire should be able to do what the Mongols do, but better. They lose the prelate though. Going to go up to the next stage there with the Ark and Chapel, Holy Roman Empire. Going to try and torch down the stock. And the trouble for the Mongols is that, well, if demuslim gets to the next stage quicker, we'll be able to afford the attack ships. Good engagement there for demuslim. Takes out 2 spearmen instantaneously with when they were low HP. And trying to mark this back to the Thor. A lot of weak spears, and it's just not a fight that Thor can take anymore. The Ark and Chapel going up. And how many villagers? Yeah, he's really rushing it down. 12 villagers. He wants that feudal age quick. He wants the military ships out quick. Not looking great for Mongols here so far. Going up with the deer stones though. Only 5 villagers building that, so we'll take some time. There is the feudal age for demuslim. I'm sure we'll be pumping out some units here on the docks. What's he getting? Yep, he's going to get a Hulk first. A spring-walled emplacement ship. He does lose that dock. Huge investment. Another dock is up and running there for the Mongols. That dock gets torched down. Good aggression here now for demuslim. Also on the back of that getting forestry and has his feudal age in play. Now it looks like Thor's going to rush down that deer stones now with 14 villagers. First Hulk comes out. Now the Hulk costs just just a measly 120 food, 200 wood, 30 gold. Quite expensive. We do have the new counter system, as you can see. The Springwalls ships, they counter the arrow ships, and then the arrow ships counter the demo ships, and the demo ships counter the Springwall emplacement ships. It's going to try and take down the stock now with just 1 Hulk. It's got to be careful, the demo does come out there for Thor. Ooh, takes out quite a lot of spearmen there that are torching it down. Focus on the land units first. Does have 2 docks though. It might come down to macro in terms of who can afford what and how quick. Spearmen for demuslim do have to head back and retreat. There's an archer ship there as well. Galley. Might lose this fishing boat. Does indeed lose this fishing boat. And the fishing ship are cut off there for Thor. Doesn't really have much food economy coming in that way anymore. We'll have to translate or transition to food on the land. Maybe the deer there. We'll see. In any case, the action continues. Demo ship goes off there on the Springwall ship. Now there is a war junk. The war junk will counter the galleys there. Galleys heading back there for demuslim. Does have a demo and a Hulk on the right side. Could add in to the fight. Could take the fight actually here. Might lose 1 fish and chip. Just 1 fish and 1 chip. The war junk heads back. On the back of this, a couple of spearmen, hardened spearmen there, attacking that wood line. Oh, was focusing on the mining camp. That's not ideal. And take the fight against the spears, and it looks like the Holy Roman Empire will clear this up, using the villagers to fight as well. Might lose another villager. Does lose 1 or 2 actually. Not ideal there for demuslim, but it still has the villager lead or the economy lead at least, and it's going to lose the dock here potentially here. Does have a fishing ship. I think demuslim for a second thought that might have been a demo ship. He backed off. Now with some man-at-arms on the field, he should be nice and safe here, demuslim. Look at the military count, 28 to 4. Thor is struggling here on Boulder Bay. Like, demuslim slowly getting control of the waters. Fascinating opening to this Boulder Bay match. Alright, a bit of a quiet time, a bit of a lull in the game, a bit of a break from the action, a bit of the aggression has stopped. But just look at the military count, 36 to 1. Thor doesn't have anything on the land, and really demuslim may need to start thinking about pushing soon, because he's got the military to do so. Not sure if he has a scouting. A lot of idle, or a lot of fishing ships could be idled here if the military pushes forward, but I think demuslim just wants to wait. He wants to make sure he has a decisive victory. But he does let Thor back into the game the longer he waits, I feel. Thor does have a better economy now. He has a third dock. He's really started to get those fishing ships out. Demos pop out. It's going to take out a lot of the economy. Does deploy. He's going to try and take down this one dock. Dock does go down pretty quickly, actually. It's quite useful. There is arrow slits and placements here, as you can see. It's actually firing off on the dock. So it's not to take it out, to let it burn. We're going to take this one out instead. Demos deploy. Springald and archer ships there. We want to clear that out before another demo ship pops out, at least. One dock will go down. There it is. All villagers came up to repair, didn't quite manage it in time. There's another dock going on the west there. Thor trying to keep hold of the waters for as long as possible. And maybe translate to army on the land. We shall see. He's under the pressure now. Another 2 demos pop out. 1 pop out. We'll be taking down that dock now. Demos. Well, demo ship does come out for Thor, doesn't get much value of it. This dock goes down, and that leaves 3 fishing ships exposed. Those will go down quickly as well, focusing on the left side now. Another dock, third dock trying to go up here. That'll be problematic. Demo ships are out for Thor. Does take a huge shot there to Muslim, and Thor clears that up with just 2 demolition ships. Maybe a third popped out at the right time, but Muslim lost a lot there. He committed a lot. It's quite hard to push off the water. Still 3 docks here for Thor. He's not lost this just yet. He's not giving up the waters easily. He's being stubborn. Now on the land though, units do pop in there for demuslim. Going to be just saying hello to those wood villagers, saying hello, how are you doing? More demo ships come out, and demuslim getting destroyed by the demo ships. What a fantastic play by Thor, that is for sure. Holy smokes, the water is super exciting to watch now. But there's a demolition ship coming out for demuslim. I'm going to head back though. He lost a lot of military, has to be said. On the back of this, Thor might be looking to go to the castle age soon. He can afford it. Thor can afford to go to the next stage. What will he go up with? Step Redoubt, most likely. That is indeed the case. Going to go up with the Step Redoubt. Heading back up to wood, and now it might be able to pile on pressure on the land. The trouble is for demuslim. He is possibly on the way as well, but he's just struggling on gold. Surprisingly enough, you don't hear that all that often. I think it was an idle time that was caused there by the military for Thor earlier, perhaps. And he invested a lot into military fishing ships. Upper man-at-arms going to be heading this direction, trying to take out some of the docks with the man-at-arms, but Thor doesn't have all that much military. Just has 1 military demo ship. Thor, demuslim, takes a big hit there. A lot of HP lost. Oh, holy smokes! Demolition ships coming up for demuslim. What a fun game to watch. Another one. Holy smokes! We'll be taking out down 2 docks with that. That is a big shot there. And demuslim getting another demo out there, and the man-at-arms might be able to clear this up, but another dock being put down there for Thor. Thor getting up to the next stage. demuslim a bit far behind on that front. Or the dock gets taken out before it was built by the demolition ship by Demu. Nice play there. Archer ship coming in. Demolition ship as well for Demu. I said Demu's going to go up with the Ranks Cathedral. 20 villagers there. He wants to rush up that castle age. Oh, the demolition ship's there not doing anything. Getting attacked by the arrow slits in placement in the dock, and 1 will go down for free. Oh, he's going to put it down on the dock, and it is on fire now, but there is a villager on hand to repair, but that goes down. And Thor now is pushed off of water entirely. Now with demuslim having free reign on the waters, although will Thor give it up? There's the question. Will he try and sneak up another dock? Quite possibly. demuslim does now reach the castle age. What does Thor have in terms of military though on the land? That is the question. Oh, he calls a GG. And demuslim takes the thunder in this game. He slays Thor. Hope you guys enjoyed this casted game, and if you did, do give the video a thumbs up, take care, and see you next time.